What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to our channel. It's your boy Reece
and Railing.
And we're back on another video. If you guys are new to our channel and you've never seen our face before, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn that post notification bell on so you're notified every single time we post a
Reece and Ray video.
I feel like we haven't done an intro in a long time.
I feel like not a human.
What?
Because like we've been in the house, I feel like the first time I'm outside or hanging out with people, I'm gonna be like weird.
Probably.
I'm not gonna know how to talk or something.
Anyways, so tomorrow we are actually 2 weeks or 2 weeks out from, not 2 weeks out. Apollo will be 2 weeks old is what I'm trying to say. And it's been a long 2 weeks, I'm not gonna lie. And we're here to answer all the questions. I posted on my Instagram telling you guys or asking you guys to ask us questions that you guys had for just a life update since giving birth. And we'll kind of touch on some of the questions and then we'll also talk just from stuff that we wanted to talk about. But without
I feel like we're losing brain cells because you said 2 weeks.
You literally did lose brain cells.
I did,
though.
because you said 2 weeks and I'm thinking like 2 weeks as in like we're going into our second week. Like, does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. We're gonna get straight into it. I'm just gonna scroll. I'm not gonna pick certain questions. I'm just gonna scroll, stop, and then we'll answer that question. What stage in your son's life are you guys most excited for?
I would say
I'm excited for Dada to be his first word.
maybe like, I feel like they start doing a lot more around like 4 to 6 months. So I feel like I'm excited for that to come. But being that this is like our last baby, like I'm not ready for like a certain stage. Like I want to enjoy like all of it. Like I'm not looking forward to just like a certain age or certain month. So yeah.
I could agree with that.
Yeah.
How are you guys feeling mentally?
Crazy.
You feel crazy?
Yeah, like I don't know, like being locked up in this house is like a lot, and then I feel like seriously feel like I'm losing brain cells. Like I feel slow. Well, maybe not slow. I just feel like
The reason why we've been in the house though is because, especially for newborns, like you want to keep them in the house for at least a month. Just so they can build their immune system a little bit and they're not prone to get sick really, really fast. I mean, still after a month, you still, like for their first year, you want to keep them separated from sick people, stuff like that.
honestly their whole life. Like if you're
Well,
sick,
that
don't
too,
come
but like
around.
being realistic, like
Yeah.
especially for the first year, that's a big year, like
Yeah.
to keep them separated. But
And it's also flu season and like RSV, is that what it is?
Yeah.
RSV cases, like they've been rising a lot too. So even without all of that, like with the girls, we definitely stayed like in the house for a month just because they're so new to everything. Like they're barely learning how to breathe and just all that stuff. So
last week the girls were on fall break, and so that was really tough for them because of course we're keeping Apollo in the house, but also like they needed to get out the house and get their energy out. So we took them to this park and we put him in the stroller also. We brought Apollo and just to get him some fresh air.
well,
like
either way, he has to get fresh air. So
yeah,
like,
he wasn't
it's
around
good.
a lot of people, like, but I mean, getting fresh air for babies, that's good, but having them in like condensed spaces and stuff, no.
Like going to a jumpy place or like stuff like that.
What's one thing you both had to give up since becoming new parents all over again?
Sleep. That's really the only thing, sleep. And then, I mean, I feel like finding like me time is kind of hard too for both of us right now, just because we're so hands-on with him. And then on top of that, you know, the girls do have school and all that stuff. So you would be, no, not soccer, because you're still playing.
I mean, I would still say soccer because I'm only playing like once a week right now. Other than that, like nothing like crazy. I mean, our routine is really almost like, I wouldn't even say it's the same. It just, we added on a lot more things just because we have a newborn around.
Yeah, no, for sure. Our routine is different every day.
A lot of it is how his life changed since he's came around. And like, I mean, you guys know how a newborn changes things. Like you got to change your hours of sleep. You got to sleep when he sleeps. You got to, you know, you have an extra mouth to feed. You have an extra butt to change. You have like literally everything.
Well, he's the only butt we have to change.
I have to change my butt.
Oh, that's true.
You just change
And
your
mine
butt.
sometimes.
You just have to attend to a whole other person that can't do it for themselves. And so I feel like that's like the biggest challenge is, I mean, I wouldn't even say it's the biggest challenge. It really comes naturally. And I feel like, especially if you like are a parent that like experiences the pregnant stage also, like if you're a guy that experiences the pregnant stage with your lady, some way, somehow, there's like an instinct that just attaches to your body that you're like, okay, I know I gotta do this, I know I gotta do that. It comes naturally. Like I didn't really have to try and learn really anything. It's just like, of course, like a couple of things she's told me, but a lot of it is just
Yeah. I can honestly say for me, the only thing that's changed is trying to manage like my time with the girls and like, you know, still do for Apollo, because I want to make sure that they're not feeling like left out. And I feel like as a mom, like you just naturally feel like that. Like I guess it's like mom guilt. Like you're like, oh my gosh, I need to make sure that they don't feel this way, blah, blah, which I'm sure they don't.
I don't think they do. Like,
yeah, like
they've
I'm
been
sure
really
they
helpful.
don't. It's just me in my head, and I'm like, oh, I have 3 babies and they all need to feel equally loved and all that. So
Is he calm?
for the most part he is, except for when he's hungry and when he's getting his diaper changed. He hates it. But honestly, I think it was just like last week really, because this week he has not really cried changing his diaper.
Yeah.
Like at all.
I think he's realizing like, okay,
He's getting used
when
to
I lay
it.
down on this changing table, that means I'm not going to be sitting in my shit and piss.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't cry.
Yeah.
He's really good though. Like last night we gave him a bath. It was his second bath. And the first bath he was a little fussy, but actually it's his third bath. It is his third bath. I gave
Is
him one
it?
and then you gave him 2.
Oh yeah. Once his umbilical
But-
cord came off, we were like, ah, yes, let's take him a bath.
Yeah, he did really good. Like he did not cry at all.
Last night he was just having trouble like falling asleep, so I was like, let's just take him a bath and maybe it'll like relax him, and it did, because literally like 20 minutes after that he was knocked. And he only woke up twice last night too, so.
Because he slept in our bed too. I'm not like, that's one thing that like, she wants him in the bed 24/7, and I'm thinking longevity, and I don't want him to feel like, oh, I can't fall asleep unless I'm in an arm or in their bed. But
It's
I don't
only
think
sometimes.
the first month isn't gonna really hurt.
And not just that, but throughout the day, he does not sleep in our bed. He sleeps in his crib. So like, I feel like it kind of balances out, and it just makes my life easier sometimes, because, you know, when he wakes up in the middle of the night, we just gotta, come here.
Do you take turns at night? No, not really. Like, she'll wake up, she'll get him up in the middle of the night or whatever, whenever he wakes up, if we're both asleep. She'll change his diaper, she'll wake me up while she's changing his diaper, and then I'll go and make the bottle. Once I make the bottle, I bring it back to her, she feeds him, she burps him, and she puts him to sleep.
So it's kind of like we wake up together.
She's up a lot more than me.
For sure.
I think it's just easier for her to be. I'm like,
This dude is a deep sleeper. Like, I don't even think he could do it. He could if he really needed to. I know he could. But this dude, when it comes to sleep, like, he's just
I'm not, like,
sometimes not
grumpy.
fully awake. He's not grumpy. He's just sometimes not fully awake. And I can tell, and I'm like, yeah, I'll just take charge. And I feel like it's easier for me to stay up throughout the night, because I was already used to, like, getting up and peeing so much throughout the night when I was pregnant. So I feel like it's easier for me than it is for him. So I just do that. And then today the girls went back to school from fall break. And so he takes care of the girls in the morning and gets them ready and takes them to school. So throughout the night, like last night was the first night that he didn't make any bottles since Apollo's been here. And I was just like, I'm gonna let him sleep, because he has to be up at 6 in the morning. And if I wanted to, I could sleep in. So I woke up and did the bottles and diapers.
I tried to get her to sleep in too. Like, I
I
went
kind of do.
and...
I did this morning. I slept until 9.
Yeah, you slept
Kinda.
in a little bit. But yeah, that's our routine throughout the night. And like, we are working on, we want to film a video of like 24 hours with a newborn. It's just, we're getting used to everything right now. And so
But we're gonna do it. It's
that's probably
easy.
going to be the next video.
No, literally.
But we want to like film,
Like
we want to
waking up
film
in the
realistic. Like we want to film waking up in the middle of the night. If that's, I got to keep this camera rolling all night while we sleep. I want to film like,
So weird.
you guys hear him cry, we wake up. Like that's just, I want you guys to see all of that.
You're
So.
gonna see us looking busted.
What's the biggest adjustment you had to deal with now with 3 kids? I don't think there's a big adjustment that we had. I mean, we kind of just touched on it, but the girls have been good. Like, I can't complain about anything.
They're so helpful,
about them.
and I think because of the age gap, like the girls already do everything by themselves because they're very independent, and we also teach them to do stuff for themselves. So like when it comes to bathing and taking a shower, like they know how to take a shower, they know how to wash and condition their hair and wash their bodies, they know how to pour themselves a bowl of cereal. And Ileana right now, she's at the age where like she knows how to make her own toast, and so like they know how to do their own stuff, they get their own snacks. The only thing that we have to do really is like cook them a meal, or you know, do the stuff that they really can't do. But for the most part, they're so helpful. Like Mila, she's like, I'm the diaper girl, so she'll go take the diapers to the diaper genie, and then Ileana will help with like, you know, just getting stuff for the baby, like a burp cloth or making a bottle. Like they love to be hands-on and do stuff. So They're really good sisters. Big sisters.
Did having Apollo strengthen your relationship? And if so, how?
I don't just know. Like, I just feel like...
I think it's cool because it's like a human being that like we created, you know? And so I think like just realizing that.
It's definitely like a different feeling, but I don't think it made our
relationship
because we're pretty solid.
Yeah, our relationship is really strong. So I don't think...
If anything, I feel like we're more like calm.
Yeah, I don't think it's changed anything. I don't think it's gotten stronger. I don't think it's gotten weaker. I think it's just been the same.
But it has only been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Just kidding.
Are you breastfeeding?
So I tried, and so when he was born, you know how like you only have the vitamins. I literally can never say this word, but if you know, you know. And so it just wasn't enough for him. Like, he was still super hungry, and not only that, but even then, like the colostrum or whatever it's called, it didn't even kick in right away. So he was really getting nothing, and it took 4 days for like me to actually get anything for my boob. So when it finally came in, he didn't want to latch onto my boob, and I think it's because he was so used to the bottles already. He didn't want my boob. He only had it like twice, and then ever since then he was just like, no. So I was pumping to give him my breast milk in a bottle, but I think it wasn't like filling him up, because breast milk you have to like, I feel like, feed more because it's so thin. And he wasn't getting full, and so he was drinking my breast milk and still wanting like 2 more bottles of formula. And so we just decided just to do formula. But yeah, that was my breastfeeding journey, and it took me forever to like dry my boobs out. They're still leaking, and so I'm like, I wish I had this problem like 2 years, I mean not 2 years ago,
6 years ago.
6 years ago. With the girls, like, I would have loved to breastfeed them, but I mean, it is what it is, and I still have breast milk in the fridge. So, and he's a big boy. He's eating 4 ounces right now.
More than that, not even 4 ounces. He's eating hella. I don't understand how he's so big, because we're both
8 pounds. I was so
no, not even
like,
8 pounds.
oh,
he was 2 ounces.
God. Under 9 pounds.
Under 9 pounds. I don't know.
And he's healthy, so even the doctor said like that's fine. Like 4 ounces is good. Like, he's measuring great, so he's just gonna be a big boy.
Were you guys prepared for baby to come home? Honestly, we were over prepared.
We were more than prepared.
Like, and that helped a lot. Like, we have more than enough diapers, more than enough formula. Formula, I didn't realize how fast we would go through formula. Like, we're already on our third can, and it's barely the 2nd week.
But also, like, there's been times where we've made bottles and he's just like, we thought he wanted to eat, but he didn't.
And so that's where formula goes to waste. But because we heat the bottles, and so you can't heat them and then throw them in the fridge. They're gonna just get bad and upset his stomach. Yeah, I mean, we have 2 bassinets, 3 of the cradle things, like 2 cribs.
He's literally just so, he's very well taken care of. Like, he has everything you can think of, so.
More than enough clothes.
He's a very
One thing I will say
baby.
though is one thing we should have got more of was like the full body newborn onesies that cover your feet
and
the hands. Cause like we're already kind of reusing like a few of them.
We only have like 5 ones. Like good ones that actually fit him, because we got a lot of newborn clothes, but he can't wear newborn. He's literally in 0 to 3 months. Make sure you just have a good amount of every size, because I didn't know I was gonna have an 8-pound baby, and he doesn't even fit in newborn. But it also depends on the brands too, because some brands, like, their newborns fit him, and some brands newborn is just there's no way. And hand mittens, make sure you have hand mittens.
Will Raylene get any surgery again now that baby boy is born?
Well, I already had plans on getting my boobs done, so that's 100% yes. Like, I'm definitely getting my boobs done. But anything else, I don't think anything else.
How are you healing?
Literally, I healed greatly. I didn't have any tearing, so I didn't have to get stitched up.
Thank God.
Yeah, I know, imagine. You know, some people rip from their vagina hole to their butthole. Imagine.
I'm not imagining that shit.
So, yeah, I didn't tear. I didn't have to get any stitches. I feel like I'm healing really, really good. The first 2 days after giving birth, though, honestly, probably like 3 days, I did have really bad lower back pain, but I think it's from the epidural. And that's literally the only things that I had to deal with. I'm very thankful and blessed.
How did the girls cope with the little shift in attention with a newborn? Of course, like, we attend to him a lot more just because he's a newborn, but if the girls asked us to do something, we would do it. It's just, they are so independent. They don't ask us to pour them a bowl of cereal. They don't ask us to, you know, bathe
The only
them
thing
or
they
anything.
ask us to do is like go to the park and like, oh, can we go do this today?
And they
that's
still
it.
get the attention that they were getting before he was here. Like we still make sure that they get that. And honestly, I feel like we're doing more with them now than we did before he was born. Just because like we want to keep that attention there. I don't know. It's kind of cool for Apollo to see also. Even though he's still seeing, he doesn't even see color yet.
And they spend time with their grandparents too, so it's like they get a lot of love and they have fun. So
What was your favorite part of his birth story?
my favorite parts, honestly, I want to say all of it, and I've always said this, like giving birth is literally the best feeling ever. And the pain is always so temporary, and you know, you get to have your little blessing. So honestly, I want to say like all of it was my favorite. Like, oh, actually my water breaking.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, because I've never experienced that, and it was just so like out of the blue. I was like, wow, I was like, this only happens in movies. Like, they say like a good 10 to 20% of women actually have their water break before giving birth. So I was like, yeah, that's not gonna be me. And we were preparing to get induced because I was like, I'm already 39 weeks, like what the heck, why isn't he coming out?
It's an element of surprise.
Yeah, no, literally, it was fun. So I would say experiencing my water breaking.
How did you guys come up with the baby's name? That is going to be for another video because we want to talk about, I know exactly where I was when.
Just share it right now.
No, we can do that for another video.
Why?
Because.
That's like one topic.
But it's a good topic. Have we chosen godparents yet? We have not.
We have not.
And I'll share on why. A little bit on why.
Because I don't know.
If we did siblings, it's like she has a brother, I have a brother. She has a sister, I have a sister. We're not gonna have Apollo have two godfathers, two godmothers.
I have sisters. I have 3 sisters.
Oh yeah.
No, I have
Sorry.
2.
You have 2
You
sisters.
have 1. I'm saying like all of our sisters together, there's 3.
I don't know, and who knows? We might choose one of our siblings. There's nothing wrong with it, but we just didn't want to deal with that type of stress right now. And so we're waiting a little bit. There's no rush on it. We'll get to that when we get to it. And we'll tell you guys who it is once we figure it out. But for Raylene, which one of the kids was the easiest one at birth?
Apollo.
You think so?
And the reason why I say that is because literally I was in no pain at all. And my water broke. I wasn't having any contractions. And I went straight to the hospital, got the Pitocin and epidural. So I really didn't feel as much pain. I didn't feel any pain, honestly. So I say the third one was the easiest because Ileana, I had contractions for 4 days. And then with Mila, I felt contractions. I was very comfortable with this pregnancy. And it went by so fast.
Who do you feel he looks most like?
I feel like he's a good mixture of both of us.
Yeah.
Honestly. Everyone says he looks a lot like you, but
I think it's just because he's a boy.
our baby.
I think it's also because he's a boy. Like,
yeah.
That's probably why everyone's like, oh, he looks like the boy. But there's like days where he looks exactly like Raylene. There's days that he looks exactly like me. And then there's days where he looks like both of us. So
yeah,
it's kind of hard, but I think around like 3-4 months, we'll start seeing like, okay, head's starting to get bigger. I'll say his body
and he
though.
looks like both of our baby pictures.
That dude's got the body of one of our fucking ancestors because he is a unit. That boy's big.
He's long.
Jaco, he said, what has y'all's biggest argument since having your kid been about? Good question.
Our biggest argument?
We haven't had an argument.
We haven't had one yet, but it would probably just be like, you need to wake up and change him, or I don't even know.
We haven't even argued about that shit. We're just trying to come up with something. We haven't argued, like really we have not argued at all, genuinely. How many times does he wake up throughout the night? It's different. Like sometimes, some nights he'll wake up 4 times, some nights he'll only wake up twice.
It's always like that though. It's always 2 or like 4.
I'm definitely looking forward to him at like 5-6 months when he can just like hopefully sleep through the night and maybe wake up once. The most frustrating part about a newborn I've learned is they don't know how to speak. And so they don't know how to like show you with hand gestures of what they want either. So you have to know your baby's cry. You have to like look at their facial expressions and see what they want. So we know like when he's crying because he's hungry, when he's crying because he's tired. Literally, the only time that he really cries is when he's hungry. That's the only thing. When he's tired, he'll try and fight his sleep a little bit, but we found this way that he's been falling asleep.
It's so crazy. Literally, I'll be in bed and I just have the blankets like around my legs, and I like put my legs like close together, and he just likes to lay in between my legs.
It's because he came out of between your legs.
No, I think it's just more just because like he feels like snug, but he doesn't like to be swaddled. He doesn't like his hands, like he likes to be able to move his hands for some reason. So when we swaddle him, it makes him so mad.
Are we going to have another baby together? We are not going to have another baby. Like, we're not going to make another baby just because she's already been through it 3 times.
I would do it again if he wanted me to, but we both think that 3 kids right now is like good for us. So like,
and down the line, if we do decide that we want to have another kid, and if it's at the time where we can't have any kids, like we can't produce any more kids, then we have talked about like, we're not like crossing out adoption. Like, we would definitely love to adopt a kid and make them our own, you know? And so that's definitely like an option down the road. But for right now, our 5-leaf clover is perfect.
Yeah, we both don't see like us having another baby.
4 kids is just like, we're already outnumbered.
Yeah.
We're already outnumbered.
And I just know us, and I know we're okay with 3.
Who wants ice cream? Majority rules. We both have our hands down all through that. All right, I'm gonna do like 2 more questions. Have you guys put the baby on a routine?
We're trying, definitely. Like throughout the day, if we notice that he's sleeping like way too much, we'll try to keep him up. But then again, like he'll
get fussy.
Yeah, he'll get fussy, or like, you know, when babies go through growth spurts, like they do sleep a lot more. But if it's like later on in the evening and he's like still asleep, or he's been sleeping for a while, we'll try to keep him up. So like around like 5 or 6. We'll like play with him, try to keep him up, and then have him go back to bed around 7, 8, which is like perfect, because that's when the girls go to bed too for school, and then it gives us time to have like our alone time and like, you know, wind down or do what we need to do. So we're definitely trying. Of course, you know, he is a newborn. He's only been on earth for 2 weeks, so it's kind of challenging to even do that this early, but we're like, we try to, like, we know his schedule and like all that stuff. So
all right, last question. Do you feel pressured by social media to snap back quick, or are you just living your life?
I don't feel pressured at all. Like, I know that it's gonna take me time to get back to where, like, what I was, because that's just literally how a woman's body works. I do have to like remind myself, like, it's only been 2 weeks and I do have to let my body heal. Like, I can't like just hurry up and try to force myself to work out or like do stuff like that, especially because I'm barely having my first postpartum checkup tomorrow. So it's like, you do have to be cleared and, you know, all that stuff to even do anything. So
I feel like they're gonna clear you tomorrow, like because you haven't really had any complications.
Exactly, and I didn't tear. Like, I feel great, and I think I'll be fine. And so
definitely been easy on my end. It's really I'm being honest.
Oh,
Everybody's no.
I thought you were talking about your body. I'm like, bro, shut up.
Like, I'm saying, like, I've talked to like dads and they're like, bro, just get ready. Like, it's gonna be a lot, bro. And I feel like it's because they're first time parents. I mean, I'm a first time newborn parent. Like, don't get me wrong, but I know how it is to attend to someone else. Like, I know how it is to change a diaper or to make food for someone and take care of someone that can't do it for themselves. But so it's been like really easy for me. I've like naturally just been and she has made a lot of things easy. Like, luckily her pregnancy was really easy. I mean, for the most of it. Luckily that her recovery has been pretty easy, and so
we're just ready to be able to get out of this house.
I really
feel like that's the only thing that we're struggling with right now, because we like to be out and about, and especially him, like, he's super like active and like does a lot of stuff, so like going crazy.
Yeah, with that being said, I saw one more question and they were asking if we're gonna be doing like vlogs with him and like videos with him. We do want to do a lot of stuff. Like, we do want to, we have so much videos planned for you guys, especially with the holidays coming up. Like, we are going to be doing Vlogmas. It's going to kick our ass. I already know. We're going to do it.
They have Red Bull for that.
Yeah. You smell like cheese. You need to go. Go. You stink.
She needs to be groomed, I'm telling you.
But
like fresh Parmesan cheese. That's what she smells like.
But Vlogmas, we have his, like, he's gonna experience my birthday, first Thanksgiving, first Christmas, first Halloween, like everything within him being a month, 2 months, 3 months old. So it's kind of like
perfect timing. It's gonna hurt our wallet, but
yeah, but we're super excited for everything, the first of everything, and we're gonna be vlogging everything for you guys and trying to show as much of his, you know, first couple years to you guys as much as we can. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for all your love and support throughout this journey, throughout the pregnancy.
And all the positive like messages we've been getting and all of that.
Yeah, we honestly, like, we see it all, we just can't respond to everybody. Like, it's a lot, trust me, but we definitely thank you guys because it's gave us like some positive like reinforcement also. But yeah, with that being said, if you guys are new to our channel and you've never seen our face before, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on post notification bell on so you're notified every single time we post a
Reece and Ray video.
and smash that like button if you guys are ready for these new videos with Apollo and the girls. Love you guys so much. We out this thing. Yeah!